What's up, everyone? Here on Srl 180, episode 16. I'm here with my co-host Tim James. Jackson Allison will be joining us in a few minutes.
Oh, I'm here.
Yeah, Jackson Allison. Okay, here. Okay, it's great. Yep.
And Butters, who's out because of a storm, which has hit him, and it's likely to be hitting me very soon. So, wouldn't be surprised if I'm not on for too long either. But we'll continue on. So,
Yeah. It's Srl 180. God, please give us grant us a which Hail Mary. We need
lads, grand final week. Are we excited?
Yeah.
I'm
excited. I'm really keen to see who can win this comp.
Yeah,
mate, it's bloody amazing.
Yeah, we've got two really good teams. We've obviously got the Rabbitohs, who beat the Raiders, and we've got Manly, who've knocked off Para, one of the biggest upsets of the season. So, yeah, it was a really good round. I really enjoyed it. A lot of good stuff.
It was a pretty hectic final series, or finals week one. Canberra almost beating Rabbitohs, and then, Ash Crutcher with his game-winning try to put Souths into the grand final. It's amazing. And then you got the Eels, getting upset. It's bloody crazy this week.
Yeah, for sure. Great round.
Yeah.
All right. Shall we get into it? We'll go have a chat about the games.
Yeah.
So our first game was the Rabbitohs Raiders semi-final. Thoughts on this one, lads? It was the Rabbitohs prevailing 34-28.
It's a pretty crazy game. I mean, it was sort of expected for Rabbitohs to win, so I'm not really that surprised. But Raiders really put up a good fight during that game, so good on them.
We got a special message on the YouTube live chat from Srl Kamish. She said, before you get started, guys, a massive thank you to Liam, Jackson, Tim, and Josh for putting in the time and effort to Srl 180. Think they said you guys have helped to take the Srl to another level, and we really appreciate the passion you have and for our community. Oh, thanks, Kamish.
Yeah, cheers
Kamish. You're a bloody legend. You do it yourself too. You've done so much for the SRL.
Yeah.
You're the reason why we are doing this episode right now.
Yep.
You're a legend, mate, and we love you. So keep it up, and we'll keep it up for you too.
Yep, that's for sure, mate.
Well, we're going to get back into it. I'm going to really dissect this. So Souths had the momentum early, didn't they? Because they got out to 22-6 lead, I believe.
Around there.
And then it was a lucky try to Luke Thompson on the stroke of half time, hitting the crossbar.
Wasn't even the crossbar, it hit the post.
Oh, yeah, post. Yeah, sorry. It was the post. And Luke Thompson bounced on it, and he picked it up and scored. And that got it to 22-12. That made things kind of interesting. And then it was all the Raiders. They came back. They fought their way back. I think they ended up having a 20... They got it to 22 all, I think. And then that was the stage where the Souths had all those attacking sets on their own line, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And the Raiders had to keep defending. They did a good job, but then they just let in. They just couldn't hold on forever. So
yeah.
And Liam, obviously you scored that try, so they got you guys in front, and then
it was Ash Crutcher who scored that.
Oh yeah, but I think the Raiders came back first, didn't they? Yeah, they scored a try to get to like 28 all. And then what's it called? Ash Crutcher in the last minute of the game. Was it a Liam? Liam, did you put up that kick for the winning try?
Yeah. I did.
Yeah, you did. And they Ash Crutcher, very similar to Luke Thompson's try.
It just
picked it up underneath the sticks, and boom, they won the game, 34-28.
And something I mentioned was that Ash actually hadn't had a try all season. He was being trash talked that he hadn't had a try, but now that he has a try, now he can't be trash talked about he doesn't have a try. I'm happy for him, man. He deserved that try, bro.
Yeah, he was a very doubted player, and he finally came in at that last minute and just scored the try. So good on him.
Yeah. Well, I reckon this is one of the better SRL games I've ever seen. To be honest, it had
Yeah.
everything.
Canberra
It was
put up a
just,
really good fight.
yep, it was a comeback. It was a crazy match-winning try. You love to see it. Honestly,
Yeah,
it was really good semi-final. Second versus third, obviously. Raiders, obviously, they did so well in season 2. I mean, everyone expected them to finish bottom 2. Most would have even had them as the Wooden Spooners, but they did pretty good, and I think they were led really well by Rahul Kaval and Jack O'Neill and Mark Iron, and a really few really good rookies as well. So they did well, the Raiders. But on the other side, the experience of Souths. Liam, how do you feel like you boys went?
I think we went really well early on. I think that we we did well early on, and we just didn't we let Raiders come back into it. I think players like Chaz Dingo really led the way. Yeah, I think players like Jai Collins and Vigo Rasmussen, they really had some attack going, and I think our forward pack was really good. And Logan Guys, that was his first finals match. He looks like like there was a bunch of players on the team. I think we had 10 finals debutants. Still, we got the job done. That's what I was most impressed with.
Yep, for sure. Yeah, it was really you guys, the experience, Dingo, Liam, really good forwards, and Jai, Logan. Everyone seems to be chipping in at South. Like they're all doing their job, and that's always a good thing to see. So I think you guys should be pretty excited for Tuesday night for the SRL Grand Final. But yeah, that was pretty much the storyline of that one. I probably enjoyed that semi final the most out of the two, personally. But yeah, we'll move on, I guess, to the second semi-final. Now, Tim, you wouldn't be too happy with this one. Manly getting up 12, was it 14 or
12-6.
12-6? There it is. What do you make of this one?
Obviously, Manly, a great side. They just obviously fired up that game and just decimated us pretty much.
Yeah, for sure.
We looked we looked tired out there after the second half, and I don't know what happened. I mean, Manly just managed to get up on the board and everything.
Yep. Josh Butterfield, I think, has just joined us. Hey,
Yep.
Josh.
Yeah. I just wanted to add a little bit more onto what Tim was saying. I think Manly's defense is what really won them the game. They had really strong defense. Like they held the Eels up 4 or 5 times over their line. Without that amazing defense, the Eels would have scored 2 or 3 more tries on top of them. So yeah, Manly much deserved win, and I feel kind of sorry for the Eels. Sorry, Tim.
That's all good.
Yeah, it's interesting because Manly's defense wasn't probably the best. It probably was one of the worst defenses we'd seen in the comp this season. So, but it was different because South's one of the better defending teams had one of their worst defending games. So, I don't know. I mean, defense wins games, as we know. So that'd be a worry for Liam, and then a benefit for the Manly boys. So
I'm not worried at all. I'll tell you right now, I'm not worried.
Manly's attack, though, if it's on, you just don't know what that mob can do.
I think whatever Manly can do, we showed last week, whatever the other team can do, we can do it. We can do it better.
Confident. Will his captain be when he comes on just a little bit later, Mr.
Yeah.
Cole? Yeah, but this is a shock. I thought Eels would have won this one, not comfortably, but probably by about 10 points or so. But Manly's defence, that's the talking point. Can they do it a second week in a row and win a premiership? Eli Barnes crossed for a try late. That was nice to see for him. Had a really good season, so deserved to score.
Yeah, I think he had a pretty solid game, like a couple line breaks here and there. For the Eels would have been probably the standout player in that match.
He was solid, but he was well contained. So.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
But you look at it, there was tries early to Manly, which I mean they scored their first tries in their 2 tries in the first 30 minutes or so. So
Yeah.
it was something like that, and there was just like a big defensive period between the 30th to 70th minute, and from Manly, and then that late try gave the Eels some hope, but ultimately that was it. They couldn't win the match. So yeah, it was another good semi-final. It was more your tough, gritty, defensive type game. But yeah, it was good to see Manly get into their first SRL Grand Final.
Definitely.
Is there anything else you boys want to add from the recap of the games?
Not really. I think that both games were just were different, and I was definitely wrong. I thought that got the wrong. I thought our game was going to be low scoring, and their game was going to be really high scoring. Got that wrong there.
Yeah.
Well, it's both really 2 high quality games. So SRL's come a long way from the first game in terms of the performance and the quality. So that's all to thank from SRL Clemish doing his job and getting everything good. But yeah, they were 2 really good games. I enjoyed it. Hopefully the grand final can follow suit. Who's our player of the round, lads? This one probably isn't as clear cut as it sometimes would be in the regular season. But who are we liking for player of the round?
Yeah, it's a
Probably
tough one.
Luck Thompson, maybe.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Tries. I think that's solid. Jack O'Neill had quite a few.
Jack O'Neill, maybe. Oh, Jack O'Neill. Yeah, he had.
Because those 2 work so well. I think you give it to the 2 of them. Honestly.
They lost, so I can't give him to him.
Oh, Jack O'Neill though, he had.
I don't care if they lose.
Looking
They
at this,
lose. I don't
3
care.
try assists. He was on fire.
Sorry, who's in
out
the
of the
grand
winning
final?
teams. Out of the winning teams, I'd probably have to say that.
From the winning teams, okay.
Ooh.
Liam, I actually say you had a pretty solid game yourself.
Did I?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you were solid. 3 try assists,
I did have a couple
140
errors.
meters. Yeah, I thought you were solid. Had a good game. Your kicking was on point. That's probably what won you guys the game in the end. Well, it literally did because Ash Crutcher caught it off the kick that hit the crossbar. But I think you had a pretty good game for the winning teams. But it's kind of crazy, hey, how like a player can score 4 tries for a team, but the team still loses. I don't know. You wouldn't. That's not a thing you'd expect to see that often. But
Another person I would
obviously
put up
happened.
for that is Sam Herban.
Yeah, Sam Herban.
253 run meters, 10 line breaks. Like
What I'm-
that's
What I'm always saying, and I'll repeat it again, Butters, is fullbacks can't have a bad game.
yeah.
That's not possible. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen the SRL a fullback run for less than 80 meters. So you have to be a 60 overall to not do well at fullback.
Yeah, thanks, Liam.
Yeah, Sam's been solid all season. Definitely been up there with the fullbacks, the top fullbacks. But yeah, he's playing some really good footy. 4 tries against the Warriors the week before, and then another really solid performance against the Eels. Who do you reckon won the fullback battle out of Eli and Sam?
Sam.
Close. I mean, both had very similar stats. I'm not
Are we
actually saying-
talking?
I'm
Are we
going
talking
with
season?
Eli Barnes, maybe.
I think he was just slightly better.
Yeah,
Barnes
talking
was slightly
season
better
or-
in my opinion. He scored a try, and he scored Para's only try.
Yeah.
And he did have 18 tackles for 0 misses.
And then if we look at the other game, who do we reckon won out of Dingo and Iron?
Dingo for
I
sure.
think
Dingo.
easily.
I
pretty-
think Iron was not even close. 123 meters.
Yeah, he
Yikes.
didn't have as he wasn't at his
118,
absolute
sorry.
best. 118, yeah.
Yeah, 3 line breaks.
How many did Dingo
Yeah.
have? Dingo got 889.
That's a good amount.
A lot of solid performances. I'm still giving it to the Raiders halves. I thought even though they lost, they were just so good. Especially Luke Thompson with all those tries.
What just not grabbers though?
So is there any like news or anything we want to speak about from the week? Because I don't think there really is. You guys got anything to say? Or
No.
There's no
No.
news.
well, we're going to do our Q&A at the end. So do we want to move on and like start talking about the games?
Let's start talking about
not
the
the
grand
games, just
final.
the grand final, not the game, just the grand final.
Yeah.
Gonna
Well, this is it. This is the last game of the season. It's
gone
Rabbitohs
really
versus
fast.
Manly.
Season's gone pretty fast.
I'm actually pretty excited for this game. This is going to be good.
Yeah, it'll be
You
pretty
got-
good.
You got so many players like Dingo. He's right in the middle of this because he's playing against his old team and he's also playing against his future team at the same time.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool.
So is Clay, I believe.
Clay was at Souths in season 1,
Oh no,
but
but
he's going to Manly in season 3.
Yeah.
Though.
that's what I was meaning.
Corey Bell was at Souths in season 1. Lenny Prakash was at Manly season 1. So this there's a lot of players
exchange.
that have played for both. It's gonna be
Mm.
exciting. I mean, Manly a couple of weeks back, they obviously got all those players, and it's like them having that in their mind has actually made them play better because ever since then they've been so good, and they could possibly win a grand final before they get all those players join the club.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty amazing how well they've played the last 3 weeks, Manly. But yeah, this is going to be a good game. What do we think? High scoring, low scoring? Like, what
I
do
think
we
it's going to
expect?
be high scoring.
Yeah, it's going to be a high scoring, sort of close game.
Like, if we look at the game in round 1, it was South 36-34. And the only thing that separated the teams, and Aiden McKinney missed goal on the 80th minute from the sideline. So I think it's that high scoring, but I expect something both teams to be in the 20s, I reckon.
Going to be a pretty heavy defensive game, I reckon.
Yeah. I
Um,
think both teams are really going to put in a lot. Like there are a lot of players leaving at the end of the season, leaving their
for
club
both teams, yeah.
from both teams. And I think they'll be wanting to leave on a good note. And so I think it's going to take this game to another level, really.
Yep. Do we want to go through the team lists? We might.
Yeah.
We'll go Souths first. I'll probably read this on myself. Okay, so at fullback, always dangerous. Chaz Dingo. On the wings, we have try-scoring machine Luca Moscow and also Tyrone Clay. Centers is Australian international and has been a beast recently. In the halves, we have potential rookie of the season, Jai McCartney, and season 1 Dally M player MVP sort of thing, Liam Ryan, who's on our show. In the forwards, Lennox Prakash and Rex Slattery, very solid. Hooker is Aaron O'Hare, always consistent. Second rowers is Viggo Rasmussen and the captain, Jai Collins, who'll be coming on here very soon. At lock is Jordan Williams. He's been really good for the Rabbitohs this season. And then for the bench, we've got 2 rookies and 2 players that have played both seasons. So the rookies are in 14 and 15. That's Jai Mannering and Cameron Reynolds. And then the utilities, South Souths carry two of them is in 16-17 is
I remember.
Ash Crutcher, the match winner from last week. He's still going on about it. He loves it. He's raving on. And Isaac Edwards is number 17. So what's our thoughts on this one, boys?
Very solid team.
Yep, I agree.
You've definitely got that strike power on the bench if the game isn't really going their way, they can put on either Crutcher or Edwards to really help them.
I think Edwards is a good strike player. I said it last week. If we're down 4 points, I think, and that worked last week. Like, you look at it. I said exactly the same thing that happened. Like, literally, it was like I was like, oh yeah, if we're down 4 points or something, I'll tell you, like, and we need to try. We'll just keep working the Raiders, and that's what we did. And like, we've got 5 repeat sets, and just eventually work them over for a try. That's what you have to do. I mean,
they're not like, you're not going to do it super easy. You're not going to roll past Manly. We saw that against the Raiders, but you just wear them down. But and you get the dub. I mean, well, not you just add the pressure, and eventually probably you wear them down, and most likely go on and win the game. So
it's going to be a big difference for Manly between the semi-final and this final, because with the Eels, you knew who you had to really target to really shut down. That would win you the game. You had Eli Barnes. I'm going blank. But in this Rabbitohs team, there's just so many players that can make something out of nothing. You've got Dingo, you've got McCartney, Ryan, Madonka. He's been pretty good. Rasmussen, like, there's so many players that you've got to watch out for. So it'll be a real tester for the Seagulls.
Yeah, well, it's another youth versus experience sort of game, like last week. So I mean, I think Rabbitohs deserve to come in as favourites in this one, and because they have, I mean, Eels were the best team until last week, but I think South's now really clicking. So are Manly. Both teams looking really good. So
I don't know, Manly. Manly before the round 7 really didn't look like a team. I didn't even think they made finals, and I'm like,
I think it was the week between the Raiders game when they got beaten 30-2, and then that game against the Broncos, which is where something changed. I reckon it might have been Matt Harris. You know, he got in there. He told the boys, "Look, you gotta focus on your footy. We can still make finals, but we got to improve." And since then, it's like they've just been on fire, Manly. So, so one of you lads want to read through the Manly team list now?
I'll go through it.
Oh, okay, cool.
I'm gonna start pop it up for you.
Yep, all good.
All right. So at fullback we got Sam Herben, and in the wingers we got Kane Chapman-Kenny, the captain, and Corey Bell. And in the centres we got Michael Crimp and Robbie Elms. And then in the halves you got Aidan McInnery, and 7 Kyle Lewis. Now at number 8 you got Brad Goodwin, and hooker you got Byron Boone. You got the vice captain Matthew Harris. And they got Jesse Bennett and Joshua Blackburn in the second row. And Chris Lord at 13. And on the bench, you got Daniel Punch, Macaulay Morris, Tyson Payne, and Albi Akarangi. So what do you guys think of that team?
It's another good team. It's solid. It's got, like, all those players have played really well. They're like the Raiders. They got I don't think they have as many rookies as what the Raiders had, but they got a few there. I think they probably got they're the ones that have the Rookie of the Year contenders, like in Lewis, Boone, Bennett.
Yeah.
They've all been really good for them. Even Chris Lord has been solid. So
yeah,
I just don't know if they have the experience. I mean, most of them would have just played the one finals game. Corey Bell has played 2, I think, because he was there at South last season. But looking at it, not a lot of finals experience. So, no one. I don't think anyone there's actually played in. Well, we only had one grand final, but I think that's no one there's played in an SRL grand final before. So
No.
it's gonna be
No,
interesting to
no
see.
Rabbitoh has either.
That's
Yeah.
interesting, but I think you
Bunch of
guys
new
would have a
kids.
bit more finals experience still. Am I right? A little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah, I think so.
Rabbitohs won it last year. Manly didn't make it last year.
You'd still have some
Yeah.
players, but I said, there's like 10 players on Souths who made their finals debuts last week.
But
Yeah.
I think for Manly to really they're gonna play. They're gonna be good. They're gonna be good for like the first, I reckon, 60 minutes. But it's gonna be that last 20 minutes which is gonna be key for both teams. So
Yeah.
I think the players that really need to step up for this Manly team is Sam Herban. He's always got to be on his game.
Definitely.
I also think all the rookies really got to play well as well. Got to step up. And also Kane on the wing, who we're going to be interviewing pretty soon. He also needs to really be really getting the boys up as well, especially being the captain. So yeah, I'm excited for this game. Really excited.
I think someone that also, if they're able to really hit off in their game, then the Manly team will win. I think if Carl Lewis has a really good game,
Yep.
we've seen in a couple games this season when he's played his best, he's probably been one of the, in my opinion, top 3 halves in the comp. When he's played it hasn't been like super consistent, and that's what we're currently missing from Carl. But if he can play his best every week, he will be one of the top 3 halves in the comp. He is a great half.
Yeah,
Carl
he's gonna bolster next season, especially because he's gonna be staying at the club, and obviously yourself, you're gonna be coming into the halves to replace McKinney, so that's gonna be interesting. Getting to play alongside him. So
Yeah. Well, it's really going to depend on the off season. I know Matty Harris is going to be making a decision on who's going to be the halves for next year between me, Kay, and Lewis.
There's a bit of early mail. Kay will be probably playing centre for Manly.
Centre.
That's the early mail I've heard. I've kind of been told the team already. So, but that's off-season discussion. But the early talk is Kay will be playing the centres with Butters and Lewis to be in the halves. But yeah, I mean, even if they don't win, I don't think you should be upset, Eagles players, because you come so far, and next season, I think. Do you reckon they will deserve? Do you reckon they'll be premiership favourites next season? Manly.
Yeah.
Manly deserve to be Woodham Soon favourites, as I always put them.
Oh, that's a bit cold.
Manly to start Wooden Spoon favourites. They have to prove me every season. Just joking, Manly. They're not premiership favourites, so my premiership favourites. There's a team that's based in Redfern. South Sydney Rabbitohs. Yep.
Well, I think, I don't know. They'll probably be top 3 premiership favourites. I think maybe Souths and Eels will start just above them.
Yeah.
Just because they've been so good. Although both of those teams are losing quite a few players, especially Souths.
Well, yeah, but the thing is, despite Manly getting a whole lot of new players, there's not a whole lot of what's the word? I want to say connection, but I don't think it's the right word.
It's going to take time to click.
Yeah, it's going to take a couple rounds to click. So I wouldn't be.
You saw it with
really...
South, so it did take time to click. Like that took time. Like we weren't in a groove till I don't think we were in a groove till probably round 6 or round 5 or round 4 even. Round 6 was probably our start to it. Against the Warriors, where he just dominated them. That's round 6, round 7, finals week 1, best 3 games of the season.
Well, you're pretty good against the Cowboys as well. Round 4.
But I think we didn't really we didn't back it up against the Eels. That's why I said probably round 6. I was
Fair
think-
enough.
so. I that's the only thing. Even though we lost by one, I just don't think. I think we could have played better in that game, to be honest.
But yeah, you guys are still good enough to win those early games, which is probably the most important thing. So if Manly can do that, that'd be good for them. So, so we're gonna move on to some predictions. We'll get you to tell us
No.
your score. We'll go an anytime try score, and also go our man of the match. I don't know. It's got a name. I know it's Clive Churchill and NRL. Or is it got a name for SRL? Or give it to Tim James a medal because
Yeah, Tim
he won
James
it
medal.
The
season
Tim
one.
James medal here.
Tim
Who-
James
Mate.
medal.
It's an honour.
All right, Tim. Since it's your medal, do you want to kick us off with your prediction for the for just the game in general and stuff?
All right, mate. Well, my prediction for this game is I'm gonna go with an upset, and I'm gonna go Manly to win.
Oh,
Just like last season, I'm gonna say 1 point.
Score?
1 point. 1
Or-
point. Like 1 point.
oh, okay, but yeah.
13 or 12, maybe.
Oh,
There.
okay. So you're going quite low scoring.
And the anytime try scorer will be Chaz Dingo for the Souths. And
Ooh.
Tim James medal goes to
Tim
Corey
James.
Bell.
Oh.
You're having a laugh, are you, mate?
Goes to Corey Bell.
Interesting.
Pulling your leg, fam. Nah, it won't be Corey Bell. I reckon it could actually be if it's Manly to win. I reckon it could be Kyle Lewis or one of the wingers, Kane or Corey,
What would be
or
a
maybe
winger?
for Souths, I'd say Chaz or probably Liam. But I'm gonna go with my heart. I'm gonna say Kyle Lewis to win the Tim James medal.
Oh, be in that elite club with you.
Yeah, he'll come up here with the big legs, lad.
Alright, yeah. Yep. So
Okay.
who's going to do that prediction next?
I'll chuck it a go. Third high scoring game. Think it's going to be 20-18 in favor of Manly.
You tipped Manly twice.
Yeah, well,
Damn.
anytime try scorer. I'll give it to Kane just because he kind of deserves it. He's done a lot of hard work for the Manly this season, both recruiting wise and on the field. He's been one of the hardest working players. The Tim James medal. I think I'm also going to give it to Carl Lewis. Yeah, I think I'll go with Carl Lewis.
Alrighty. I'm gonna give you some actual realistic predictions. Sorry, but I think Souths will be too good. I think this will be a bit. The margin will be a bit more than last time's grand final. I'm gonna say this one will be. Souths will win 26-20 over Manly. For our Tim James medal, or actually no, anytime try scorer. I'm gonna give this. Oh, who do I like? I want to say Chaz Dingo, but I'm going to spice it up. I'm going to go Jai Collins, the captain, to score a try.
Wow.
I'm getting him on in a moment, actually. And for my Tim James medal, I'm going to give this one to
Love that.
Liam. I think Liam will back up winning the Liam Ryan medal last time. We can call it that because it was the Dally M. You won it, but MVP, whatever it's called. I'm gonna back you up and say you're gonna win your first Tim James medal. So
Yes, Tim
Yeah,
James.
mate.
that's my predictions.
The two SRL 180 hosts. SRL 180 hosts are only allowed to win the Tim James medal.
Exactly.
Yep.
Is that everyone's predictions?
I've still got to do mine.
Oh yeah, you got yours.
Okay, so I'm gonna go some realistic tips now. Let's just get the realistic tips in. I'm gonna go Souths. I'm gonna go Souths. 36 points to
Ooh,
34.
That's a lot of points. 30
Uh,
again.
Oh, all right.
I don't think you'll see it again.
Carl
I don't
Lewis
think
to
you'll
miss
see
a
that.
goal.
Oh,
It's heartbreaking.
And then anytime try scorer, I'm gonna go with anytime try scorer, I'm gonna go Mr. Big Bopper, Cameron freaking Reynolds. Mr. Big
Cameron
One,
Reynolds.
it's the guy that's gonna fight the big ringer, and he's just gonna barge over the big props for Manly. He's just gonna be like, nah, get out of my way.
yeah.
And then the Tim James medal, I'm gonna give that to my boy, Jai Collins.
Oh, I reckon Chaz Dingo's the shout. Chaz Dingo, Jai Collins, Liam Ryan. I reckon they're the favourites. Oh, and Aaron O'Hare because Rugby League Life 4 loves the hookers.
But I don't think they'll give But I don't think. I think that the Tim James medal will be decided by actual person.
Me.
Not by it should be decided by Tim James because it is the Tim James medal.
Nah, let
Yeah,
Commas
yeah.
do it, mate. Let Commas do it. He's
That's
smarter
actually a
than
good
me.
suggestion. Yeah. Yeah, pretty good predictions. I reckon Liam, you probably get the bloody Tim James medal. But yeah. Alrighty. So do we want to? We might do our first interview actually. Jai, do you want to come on, mate?
Yeah, how are we?
I'm
Yeah, we're
good.
good.
Good, lad. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad.
The nerves started kicking in for Tuesday night, mate.
Oh, we're getting there. Like I said on Lachlan's podcast, we're slowly creeping to the day, and our work is getting heavier and harder. And I've seen some people biting their nails and people fidgeting today or this morning. So,
Which players were that for us?
I think the big bopper Cameron Reynolds and his big mohawk. A little
Sucking
bit
his
nervous
dummy.
for this game.
More nerves or more excitement for you, mate? You reckon? What do you reckon?
Oh, it's a bit of both, honestly. I'm excited that we jumped the hurdle that we couldn't jump last year, but I'm nervous
Yeah.
because it's the big dance, you know.
Yeah, it would have been heartbreaking losing last season. You guys had a pretty good season last season too. So
We had a spectacular start, and then we lost to the Warriors by 2 because I missed the conversion on the siren.
yeah,
And then we lost to the
away.
Cowboys, and then we lost to the Warriors again.
Yeah.
That would have been heartbreaking for you boys. I think did that trigger the off season transfers?
I mean, I get yeah, yeah. It also made a few of our players leave as well. Also,
I don't even remember
I
who
think
left.
Corey Bell wanted to leave, and a few others. Macaulay Morris too. Both of them actually going to the Seagulls actually. So yeah.
Well, we spoke about it before. There's a lot of players that have played for both clubs or will be going to the other club. Or, like Dingo, he played for Manly last season, South this season, and then back to Manly again. So, I guess it would mean a lot for some of those players to get up against their older former clubs. So
Well, Souths and Manly, they last season they had I think maybe 3 trades each. Crutcher for Seah, but Seah was inactive, so he retired, and then obviously Lenny for Macaulay and Dingo for Bell, and I think they've shared the most players as a trade. Well, trade between 2 clubs.
yeah. So how your preparations been during the week, mate? You guys anything different, anything special, or just as much as it would be if it was a normal game?
Oh, we had a rest. Yesterday it was. We went down to the beach because the sun came out. For a little
You
while.
got the Coffs? You got the Coffs Harbour?
No, we went up to Coffs in round 7. So
Oh yeah, fair enough.
I think we all take them up there once every season.
Not bad, not bad. But yeah, what would it mean to you to win your first premiership? Be pretty special, I'm guessing.
Oh, it would mean everything because last time we couldn't jump the semi-final hurdle to the Warriors, but now the Warriors are gone, and
Bro,
then
it
Para
feels
also
so
gone.
special. I would be so. It would mean the world to me if we won the premiership. Like people say, Rabbitohs, we were premiership favourites. It wouldn't mean much if you won the premiership. I mean, you still got to get the job done. Like it's SRL, anything can happen. Rugby League Live 4, anything can happen. Like it's Rugby League Live 4 we're dealing with. Like the worst team you think could finish first.
Yep.
That's the thing. That's
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm grateful to be in this sport right now.
fourth one at last time. Is that on your mind at all, or you don't really take that into account?
Oh, no, I don't care about scenarios like that. Plus, it's only been one season, you know.
I'd still think you
Yeah.
got to take 3 seasons to really. 3
Yeah,
is the magic number. Like 1 is not
It
really
is for
too
everything. Yeah. But we look at the Manly team. What's your thoughts on it?
Well, yeah, good as always. Honestly, they got one of the best forward packs in the game, and their back line is very electrifying. Of course, with the skipper Kane in there, will definitely cause some problems for Moscow and Clay.
Yep. And Sam Herman, you guys reckon you guys got to do a pretty good job on shutting it down? I'm guessing.
Yeah, I think we can.
Been pretty good the last 2 weeks, Herman.
Yeah, he's got a good sidestep. So our forwards, we don't want to get fatigued, because once our forwards get fatigued, Urban can just go bang and just make a line break just like that.
I think that what's gonna be good. I think that what you have to do as the captain is really get the forwards to really have a rotation. Like have like Lenny and Rex not being too tired, and then having Jordan, Aaron have a break at some point, and then you get players like Reynolds and Mentoring on as well.
Yeah.
So I think that's a key to the.
Yeah, the benches is interesting because I reckon Souths, they have the better bench of the two teams, personally. I don't know. Maybe that's just, I don't know.
I think we do.
Manly bench is bad, but I really like how South's bench has those two utilities in Crutcher and Edwards. So,
And we can't forget Cameron Reynolds can play wing.
yep. Oh, he's a beast with his big mohawk, biggest player in the SRL.
Yep.
He's such a beast. Like he can run onto any ball and he will probably score if he's close enough. Like
He
we
just needs a
saw
little
it.
bit of speed on him.
Yeah, he's trying to get to
Hasn't got
99
42.
speed.
Okay, that would take a few seasons to get up
Yeah,
there.
it would take
Yep.
a few seasons. That's for
Best
sure.
Got the
mohawk.
slower speed.
You reckon he's got the best mohawk in the SRL, or Dwan Parker's got that? Which one do you reckon, Josh? Bit of a comedy question.
I mean,
I know Dwan's listening in, so give him something.
yeah, I can see his mullet right. I mean, his mohawk right now. It's a bit of a blonde one. I think Reynolds is better.
Oh, Dwan. What do you reckon about that? Not the second best mohawk in the SRL. That's interesting.
And he's also second best. He's also not the best hooker in the SRL. That's Jai Collins.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, realistically, best hooker's on our show, though. He's got his own medal named after him, Tim James. That's the best
yeah,
hooker.
mate.
Yep.
No one can relate to me, bro.
But yeah, you must be pretty excited, Joe. It's gonna be a huge occasion. It's at ANZ, isn't it? This one, it would be because all grand finals are there. But so home ground advantage as well. I think there's a lot of things playing in your favour in this one, and you guys deservedly go in as favourites. So it's gonna be good. We might grab some predictions from you. What do you reckon?
I reckon we'll win by 8 points. I reckon we'll get up 20-12. Halftime will be up 12 points to 12 all. Yeah, 12 all, and we'll kick a penalty goal, and then we'll score. I think first try scorer. I gotta go Thomas Mendonca. He hasn't scored all season, and I think he'll score in the game that matters most.
I reckon he gets enough ball. All he needs to do is step one.
Well,
on that left side, he just gets a lot of ball. I think all he needs to do is step one, and he'll probably score. To be honest.
He's a very good player, an Australian international as well. So I mean, I don't know. He's probably. I mean, I'm the Australian captain. I probably wouldn't say he's in my team if we play a representative match now. I don't know. There's some good centres going around. I like his brother, Cherry Evans, up at the Cowboys.
Yeah, it's sad to see that he's had a very slow season, but next year he'll be moving on to the wing, which will be better for not only the team but himself too.
More being
Because we
the
know-
other side, hasn't it? It's been the other side that's been dangerous for you guys, isn't it? Is that right?
Yeah, Guys has been good, but Moscow's also been good, but he's on the left too. So
I think Mendonca. I think Moscow's been good, but Mendonca's been on the right most of the season. So I think Moscow. Usually our left side is our best side. It's got because it's got Moscow and Moscow's on there. Who's been playing really well, and then the right has got usually had Mendonca and Clay,
Yeah.
and our left usually had Collins and Moscow, and now it's different because of.
I think I'm for my Tim James medal. I think
here we go.
I'm tossing up between two people, and they're both in the forward pack. Oh, I got to go for the
Rex.
with a legend at number 13, Jordan Williams. I reckon he'll score a try, get over 200 meters, and will
Jordan!
easily get the Tim James medal.
Jordan
would love hearing that. He's such a good player, Jordan. I mean,
rated him for both seasons, bro.
I didn't.
No, don't even say you rated him. No
season
one
one.
rated him in season 1.
I saw him in my Australian, out of all the players I could choose for Australia in season 1 for the game against the Kiwis. I saw him, didn't even take any notice of him. So that's how little I knew about him heading into.
If I was the Australian captain, I probably would have picked him because I knew how good
I
he
didn't
was.
know enough. Bo Sadler I put at lock. He was good, but I'd put Jordo now. So
I'd love to take a picture of that side and see how many actives are actually in that team.
I think they're still relatively active, the Cowboys. For the most part.
I mean the that Australian squad's picture.
Oh yeah. It'd be a few players that would stay the same, but we've lost a few players in the Connor Sanders and Kurt Moore. So
And Hayden Yates.
So it'd be quite.
Did you have Horan?
Nah, Horan. Lock on Horan. He wasn't eligible because he was inactive. He went active.
Is there anything you want to talk to Jai about, or we reckon we're pretty good? We're pretty good.
I reckon we're pretty good.
Yep.
Thanks, Jai.
Thanks for coming on, mate.
Yeah, cheers, Zor.
No problems.
Good luck for you in the second race, but obviously I'm playing for you, but yeah.
You're gonna score a try, I reckon. All right, that's what
I hope so.
Yep.
It's been a while.
Yep. Alrighty. We'll see you, Jai. Cool.
Thanks, Jai.
We're gonna move on. Kane, do you want to come on, mate? We'll have a chat.
Hey, boys.
Hey.
Man. It's gone, mate.
Not much, mate. Just having a nice, relaxed day with the boys. What about yourselves?
Oh, I'm just sitting here in the Rabbitohs HQ, up in there in Sydney, ready for the match on. Is it Monday or Tuesday night? I don't even
Tuesday
know.
night.
It's Tuesday.
Alright. That's a pretty good day.
Yeah, so Kane, you would have just heard Jai then. It's going to be a really good game, isn't it? You excited?
Of course I'm excited. It's going to be a hell of a match. Looking at how round 1 went, it looks to build for another battle. 2 quality sides going at it. I'm excited.
Do you reckon you boys can beat them this time, though? That's the big question. Underdogs one, so...
Of course. They're just lucky in round 1 that the wind came in at a random time and took the ball out.
Fair enough.
Sorry, mate. We just had a blower back in near the goalpost. Sorry, mate.
Wouldn't surprise me if you farted and it just blew it the other way.
Yeah, maybe we'd hit that too.
Wouldn't surprise me.
It's good to see you guys got some confidence. I'm guessing that's throughout the whole squad, or is there some players that are really nervous?
I think if you're not nervous, something's wrong. You should be nervous.
You've got to be excited and nervous at the same time.
Yes,
So,
exactly.
But yeah, you boys, anything you guys just been doing like normal training and stuff during the week, or anything special for grand final week?
Pretty normal with the training, but just been watching a lot of video.
Fair enough.
Who have
I
you
mean,
been studying specifically?
Oh, we
I'm
haven't
guessing-
really been watching Chaz too much. I mean, a lot of us have played with him last season and know how he plays. I'd probably say Moscow. He's a dangerous weapon when he's running.
Yep, he is. He's definitely very dangerous when he gets that ball, early ball.
And
Yeah.
probably, honestly, Reynolds on the bench.
Everyone's talking about Cam Reynolds. I'm excited. I'm excited to see how he goes. You got a
He's-
trial.
He's a good player.
Yeah, he is. He's a good bench. Not utility. He's just a bench. He's just a good bench forward. So
I think he could eventually take that prop role, but I think maybe that's a season or two away.
I'm surprised he's not playing prop right now over Prakash.
Really over Prakash.
I think Prakash is a better lock.
But I think
You
also
got-
Jordan Williams is the best lock in the
I
game.
reckon he should be playing at winger, actually.
Yeah, he may be the best lock in the game, but last season he was one of the best. Prakash was one of the best locks in the game.
One of, he's not. I don't think Prakash is it. When we played Prakash there, I don't think Prakash had a game like Jordan usually plays at lock. I do think Prakash is better at lock, but I don't think he's at the level of Jordan. And if Jordan was to play at wasn't to play lock, he'd be playing prop.
Yeah.
So not much for Reynolds to hold on to, but Prakash is leaving next season. But also we have signed two props.
Yeah.
So it kind of fills the spot, but yeah. So
yeah, Prakash has been good.
Yeah.
From Souths.
So what do you been is there anyone in your team that's really it's like really encouraging, or like it's telling you it's the one that's motivating, or is it that just your role?
I'd probably say Matt. Matthew, definitely.
Yeah,
he's
Matt's great.
always lifting the boys. He's always there for a speech. He's always talking to anyone behind the scenes privately if they have any questions or if they're nervous about something. Matt's just the go-to man. He's the hype man.
Yeah.
Yep. So you were speaking about looking at some video of players before. Which is the one player that you're most weary of in this Rabbitohs team out of all of them?
Have to be someone on their left side because that's the only side to worry about.
Yeah, true.
Moscow or Collins? Oh no, Collins is in the middle. He's just going to get dropped by Matt anyway. Moscow.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you don't seem too worried about Dingo. I know most of you boys have played with him, but surely you gotta be careful. You can't let him get open space. Who knows what that man can do?
He's a deadly fullback. I reckon he's the best fullback in the game. I'm just hoping that our experience in playing alongside him will help us defend against him.
Yeah.
Sorry, boys.
Who's shaving in the back?
That's not right. That's not Shaver. Oh no.
Yeah, we got some mic interruptions. That come from you, Liam?
It's come from Liam.
Oh,
Yeah.
Liam.
It's a guitar.
But yeah,
Shaved his nutsack.
Jesus.
That's what
Oh,
Well,
wow.
he's how much? He's like PJ-13. He keep his
I said nutsack. I didn't say testicles or something like that.
Jesus Christ.
true.
so Kane, what would it mean for you to win a grand final?
Honestly, it would mean the world to win a grand final with this jersey on and this team. I said from the start, we had a team that I believed could win the whole thing, and we proved everybody wrong, and we've done it. And it'd just be nice to bring that trophy home to a club that I love.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's not a lot. There's probably more pressure on Souths to win than you guys because we got Manly got all the new lots of players coming for next season, including myself. So
And me.
I mean, there is that little bit of pressure because we want to prove that we can do it without these big names coming to us, that we can do it with the team that thought was going to get the wooden spoon.
Yeah,
sorry.
fair enough.
Sorry. Souths are just here, the team that's here to prove you wrong. Yeah, again.
That's all right. We'll see how good your salary sombrero goes this season.
Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry, mate. Oh, sorry. I didn't. I know that we signed only. I thought we only signed 4 players. Thought 4 players allowed. So, 4 players. Oh yeah, you signed 7 or something. It's alright.
You reckon Souths are a bit
Yeah.
cocky, man? Most of their players a bit too cocky about this one, or
I mean, look at Liam. He's the definition of their players.
oh,
Honestly, there's probably like 2 humble ones, and one of them's Collins and one of them's Dingo.
yep, fair enough. But yeah, so now you can be a bit biased here because it's time for you to do your predictions.
I mean,
Kane.
after what I heard earlier, I'll definitely be biased.
Yep, go ahead.
I reckon Manly 50.
Oh,
50.
I'll be a bit realistic. I reckon Manly win 24-22.
I like that. Nice and close. Who do you like for anytime try scorer?
Chaz Dingo.
Fair enough. Doesn't go a player from his own team, but yeah.
If I'm being realistic, he's one you can back to get in. It'd either be Chaz or Herban for me.
Yeah.
One of the fullbacks.
Yeah.
Always a fullback. Always a fullback.
It's going to be interesting because this is going to be another matchup of the fullbacks as well in Dingo and Herban. So it'd be interesting to see who wins that.
I'm keen to see how Dingo and Herban go up against each other. Me and Collins, if we're on the same side, and the forwards are going to be strong. The only difference that you can pick between the teams is the bench. I do believe South have a slightly stronger bench.
And the left side.
I mean, we spoke about it. It's the utilities of Edwards and Crutcher, which is probably helpful in the latter stages of the game. So, and also your pick for the illustrious Tim James medal. Who gets that?
Tyler Tyrrett.
Kyle Lewis.
Kyle Lewis? Not bad.
The season he's had, if he keeps performing, he's going to get it.
I told you this. I've said this earlier. Rabbitohs halves can do whatever Manly halves can do.
So this is cockiness, honestly.
In saying that, how many assists have the Rabbitoh halves got?
0.
Nah, like 20 or something. It's close to that. I've got 9.
You've got 9. Well, that's a crock of crap because I've checked them.
I've got 9, including finals.
Oh, including finals. Because I was going to say Lewis had 9 before the finals even started.
I got 3 last game, so...
Lewis got 2.
And I got a try last game.
Yeah, Lewis didn't get that.
So, Kane, you reckon Manly will kick the winning goal this time?
What was that, sorry?
You reckon the goal kicking will be the difference, but for Manly this time? Is that what you're thinking based off your prediction?
Well, I mean, that is why Lewis is kicking now.
Fair enough. Is that, how long did you guys let McKinney kick? Was it just that first round and you hooked him, or...?
No, he's been kicking on and off all season. We've been swapping the kicking.
Okay. But you guys think Lewis is the man to kick for yous?
Well, Lewis kicked 2 weeks ago, and I think he got every single kick.
Fair
And
enough.
I think he kicked last week too, actually. So I think we're going to go into the grand final with him kicking as well.
Yep,
Alright.
I think that's safe.
Yeah, Lewis has been really solid for you this year, Kane. What do you think of his performance, really, overall?
Honestly, I think he's exceeded expectations. He's a rookie that came into a side which has had halves before and still in the team, and he's managed to put himself into that starting role.
Joe McCartney did that too.
Oh, Liam, you've always got to go one better, don't you?
I love to do that. That's just me.
Yep.
Me defined in 2 words. Or something.
Well, could be a bit of karma on Tuesday night, Liam, for all this cockiness, but we'll have to wait and see.
Ah.
All right.
I
I'll
back
look
it
for
up.
him on the field.
Sorry,
Yep.
I can't. Rugby guy 4 doesn't let me step. Sorry.
Well, Kane, that's probably about it. Best of luck for Tuesday.
Cheers, buddy. Appreciate it. Thanks, boys, for all the time.
No problem.
Yep, all
mate.
good. Cool.
Thanks for coming out.
All good,
All
boys.
good.
Have a good night, fellas. Catch you later.
All
Thanks
right.
for coming
Good
out,
night.
Kane. I love a bit of banner. Always
Yep.
love a bit of it.
Yeah.
No, it's good to see both captains are pretty confident. They're not getting too cocky, unlike some members on the panel, especially one, Liam. But
Bloody Liam Ryan.
yeah, it's good to see. It's good to see they're both really excited for Tuesday. Like I think everyone is excited for Tuesday. So, now, if I'm right, do we have the SRL Awards show tomorrow? Is that right?
Yeah, that's tomorrow.
Sorry.
That's tomorrow.
No, that's not. If the grand finals on Tuesday, it will be Monday night.
All right. Well, it's one. It's like it's coming up. It's going to be before our next episode. So, we won't go through all the awards because it's too much. But we'll just go with the main. We'll go with the main award, and that's the MVP award. Who do we reckon gets this one? Well, actually, not the MVP. The Liam Ryan Medal Award. Who do we reckon will get this one?
The Liam Ryan what award?
Liam Ryan Medal.
Ryan medal.
Because I got the MVP
Um,
last season.
Probably Eli Barnes. Not to be biased or anything, but Eli Barnes. He's got the most tries in the season. Like, there's no way he can't not win it.
It's the obvious pick, but
I'm going
The
Chance
obvious
Bunts.
pick.
No, actually, I won't go Chance Bunts. I'll go bloody.
Liam Ryan to back it up 2 seasons in a row.
No, not
Surely not.
that. Oh, not the guitar again.
Oh, the escaper's back.
Liam, you're playing the guitar for the lads in the Rabbitohs. Not change rooms, HQ. So
I'm sorry. That's yeah. I think that was a bit of Jai McCartney. He got a bit carried away on the.
Mate's just getting too excited.
They just gave him the guitar, and I think he doesn't know what to do. Needs a bit of lessons.
yep. But yeah, who do we think gets this award, guys?
It's gonna have to be Eli. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's Eli Barnes, fam.
He
Mark
was
Irons the only other contender for me. I think because Jack O'Neill had Mark Irons high, so I kind of think actually Chance Bunts because I know that maybe the voting panel likes Chance Bunts a bit, so I think I'll go Chance Bunts just to spice it up a bit.
Anyone think Chaz Dingo could get it? If he's a
Chaz
premiership?
Dingo, ooh, I think he.
no.
No, I think Barnes probably will get it.
No, I think because there's still other players on Souths that would get points.
We might actually talk about a couple of the other main awards. There's a few. Who do you reckon gets Rookie of the Year? That's quite an interesting one.
And
Don't say John McCartney.
Mr.
He's gonna say it.
I'm not saying Jai McCartney, Mr. McCartney.
Oh,
Or I'd probably say Samuel Lillard. Let's go for an underrated one. Samuel Lillard to win it.
he's been solid. There's no doubt about that. Lillard has been good for Raiders.
He's bloody massive. Yeah, he's obviously helped the Raiders out a lot. So I'd say him as Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, I mean, Kane was speaking about him. I've got, Kyle Lewis has been really good. I think he might get it, especially if Manly could win a premiership. I think Kyle Lewis gets it, but they also got Byron Boone and Jesse Bennett, who could be, could also be there. They're probably not as likely to get it, but I reckon one of them.
Byron Boone as well. That
He's been good.
guy's pretty good, actually.
Any other rookies that have been standouts? I'm trying to think. Anyone else?
The big boppers.
Oh, Cam Reynolds has been pretty good.
I will even say this myself. Cam Reynolds won't get it. I don't think he's played enough.
Yeah, he's not going to get it.
He hasn't played enough. He only played 3 games.
Prior to the season, everyone thought it'd be either Will Kay or Josh Butterfield, but
Yeah.
Those two
have
have not.
not
Those two.
those two are
I
pretty
just
shit.
want to apologize, and even though I've been talking crap all episode, I've been talking crap just because I'm too hyped for it. And like
Yeah.
Jordan was on the Kickoff podcast last night, but yeah, I just want to say Will Kay. Yeah, mate. I think that I've been saying that I've been underrating you about a bit this season. Yeah, I think Kowal's actually, after realising the stats, I actually looked at, actually it's not really Kay's fault for the Cowboys mess. It's actually Rohan Kowal's.
Boy.
That guy's pretty shit.
oh, jeez.
Nah, he's all right.
Oh, he's good. He's good. He's
It's
just
a team effort, bro.
struggling
I
team.
I
It's a
don't
team
think
effort.
I
Got
don't
no
think
support
you
around
can.
him.
No one's fault.
I'm
I don't
really,
think you can-
I'm still not very happy with the Cowboys though for the Cowboys with
Oh,
We've lost Butterfield, but we'll carry on.
for the Cowboys with the Cowboys' new captaincy for like the Cowboys in general, like they didn't. The K wanted to stay and he got kicked out. Like as a captain,
was that the story, or because Comer said something about it not being it?
No,
like,
he
didn't
was
get kicked out.
he did. That was a complete story. It wasn't that. Comer said he got kicked out for basically because they couldn't fit him in their cap, and they signed they just signed heaps of silvers that they didn't need.
Yep.
They didn't sign, and what I hate about the Cowboys is that they didn't really sign anyone to their strong suits, to their weaknesses. They signed players that were probably in their strong suits.
Yeah. Look, I don't think you can necessarily narrow down. Yeah, like you're saying, Liam, you can't really narrow down the Cowboys' problems to just a handful of players.
Yeah.
And I think I said this earlier in the year. Will was always going to struggle down at the Cowboys because it wasn't really a very skill nurturing team. Like they were already on the ropes a bit last season, and after losing you, Liam, it wasn't going to be a very good team. I'd love to see Will get another chance at Manly next season in the halves, but I guess time will tell. Really, I think he's a very quality player. I think he just got caught in the wrong circumstances.
He's very similar, like, to you, isn't he, Butters? Because both came at the same time, both equal height. Both even going to the same club for season 3. So it's going to be
I think
interesting.
he needs a good half around him to do better. I think K. So I think he. But I don't know. Maybe Manly should be playing him in the halves instead of centre.
I think he's rated in the centres. He played his best football all season in the centres.
No. No. I still think, as I said earlier, even though I trashed K for almost the whole season, I just don't think, from realising, and he kicked for 217 metres a game. That was like 4th or 5th in the comp.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's a centre. I think he had his best game in the halves.
Yeah. I think he is definitely a half, in my opinion. I don't think that he'll be terrible in the centres, but I don't think he'll play
be good.
his best
I don't
footy.
think he'll play his best footy. Yeah.
Look, if I'm not saying this is what has to be done next season, but what I would be doing is I would play him at number 14 for the first couple games. Test him out.
Do you mean
test
like
him
number
out.
16, like exactly what Isaac Edwards is playing?
Pretty much, but this is to really see what halves combinations are working. Like one game, sub him on for me, or next game, sub him on for Lewis. See what's working, what's not working, it might cost a couple rounds, but when you've got quality halves in Kay and Lewis, you can't really look over before playing.
That's what
Playing
happened
all
with the
of us.
Rabbitohs this season. It took a fair bit to really find our groove, to find which halves are actually should be our combo. That's why I think that's what cost us the first few rounds. We weren't on our groove, and after we found our groove, I think that's what really took us to a promise to the grand final.
Yeah. What other major awards is there? Oh, there's Captain of the Season. Who do we reckon gets that? Fisher got it last year.
Captain of the season, Kane Chapman
No, I'm
Kenny.
gonna say Kane. Kane's a pretty verbal guy.
I will actually say this is what I think about Kane Chapman Kenny. I think that what he did well, and as much as I love Jai, something that I think with Jai that probably we wouldn't have done. I think the way the Manly he handled the Corey Bell situation was just incredible. Like, if Corey was still at the Rabbitohs and that happened to I think what Rabbitohs would have done was probably Jai would have dropped him to the bench for the rest of the season. He would have never, and would have never, and Corey would have never actually, played again. But Manly, they just took it lightly and just said don't do it again, and then they
lost his vice captaincy. It wasn't something.
Yeah, well, I don't think it was small, but what I'm saying is they just moved. They just were like, hey, well, even though you made a mistake, we're not going to take it. We're not going to. You won't be ready to sign with us for next season, but you will be. You will get your starting spot back this season, and we can move on. We can just forget about it for the rest of this season, and we're just gonna forget about this season, and then after the season we'll just figure it out then or something. I think the way Kane handled the situation was a lot better than what the Rabbitohs would have.
I think
it's a lot better than a lot of clubs would have done, if I'm to be honest.
I think Jai and Kane are the two main candidates.
Yeah. Well, I think those two are good, like the grand final captains. But I actually have another smoky. He led his team really well in season 3. They were also projected to be towards the bottom.
You mean Rahul Kaval? I know.
Yeah, Rahul Kaval. I thought he did well. I think he is definitely a shout.
Yeah.
Some of his management though, he sometimes pulled out his team list late. That was kind of
a
bit lazy.
It doesn't matter as long as they're out. I mean, Toby Johnston was also really solid as well.
Yeah, he was pretty good.
I think
any of those four.
Behind the scenes, it wasn't really shown a lot in the front, but I think Fisher again had a really solid year as captain. Really was very good at bringing the team together when they really needed it. When we lost a couple games, he was always in the chat afterwards saying, "It's okay, guys. We'll get him next week. We just got to focus more on the future rather than dwindling on the past."
Yeah.
He's taught me a lot of things in the SRL without necessarily teaching me, if you know what I mean.
Yep.
He's a great leader, in my opinion, the best.
He could, you never know. He might back it up, but I don't think he will. I think there's been some better captains this season.
Definitely, so. There's a lot of good captains in the SRL.
My top two would probably be Kane and Jai, only because they're more verbal in the public chats and everything. But Kobe and Nathan, they could be up there as well. They're pretty good.
Yeah. Well, we probably won't go into too many other awards because there's a lot. But we're going to do it. SRL 1A is going to be doing its own awards show next week. A bit of a recap awards show. So we'll have our own awards that we'll be deciding on. So that's next week. But that wraps up that chat. We're going to do the Q&A now. We did this bit of just a bit of an add-on for the end.
Yeah.
But we got some questions.
Before we start, do we want to take one for each? Do we?
Yeah, I think that's fair enough.
All right.
Who wants to start us off?
Oh,
Sorry.
Kind of got a little distracted there.
Liam, maybe? I don't know. It's a Rabbitohs directed question, so...
Liam, you can go ahead.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
I don't
Is he
know. Will it? Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Do you think that Jai Collins starting at second row will carry the forwards in the grand final? No.
I
I
don't
think Jai is a great player, but I also think that our forward pack is already great, and I don't think he'll carry. I think Viggo Rasmussen's the more likely one out of the two of the second rows to do that.
Vigo and Rex, I reckon, will be good. Really good. at
And
top.
Jordan as well.
Yeah.
Vigo's playing second row, by the way.
Oh, that's right.
Vigo can't play prop.
Yeah, okay.
Right. So who's going to
okay.
read the next question?
I'll do this next one. This one's from Chaz Dingo, the Rabbitohs fullback. He's asking, what was your game of the season, and do you think the grand final will be able to beat that game? Best game of the season, I got a couple. I think Rabbitohs Manly, the opening game of the season was really good, 36-34, high scoring game. It just had everything. And then also another Rabbitohs game, the Rabbitohs Raiders semi-final last week. I found that one really exciting. That also had everything, so they were really good. With the grand final, it's gonna be hard to beat those games, but I reckon it might be a really good game, high-scoring game. So you never know. But yeah, that's that one answered.
Yeah. I'll take the
next
next one. Will Prince Pete lead his pack of Broncos to final of season 3?
that's so dumb.
Yeah, I don't think he will.
I think they're going to need a bit more than just Pete Vredo. I think they're going to need everyone to play well the Broncos.
I don't have
personally.
a star.
They don't have as well developed spine as other teams, and that's what really did them this year. They
got Herbo. They got Herbo.
Pun?
They got Sam Herman.
The
for a
next-
fullback.
Yeah, but they don't. They need more than just Herman. Because aren't
They
they?
need a hooker. They need a good hooker.
Sam Atchison. Or did
He's
he
gone.
leave?
Not at the club. He's gone to the Raiders. Kowal signed him, Liam.
Oh, I forgot about that. Alright.
Yeah, I think they're going to need more than just Pete. Pete's going to be in the second row, I believe. So I think Pete's probably better in the second row than at fullback, personally.
All right.
Just
Let me
last
take this question then.
Oh.
This is coming from National Sports Loaded.
Which is a tall setting dag.
Attila Sendag. What a lovely question to ask. Do you guys think that Liam Ryan is the go right now in season 2?
No. he's
No.
not.
No.
It's
No, I do
Eli
not think
Barnes.
so. I think my teammate, Eli Barnes. Oh, wait a second. Wait, I reckon Corey Bell. Corey Bell.
Big
No.
old-
Poor Corey. I hope he's not listening.
Then, to be honest, Corey's pretty good, but I reckon Liam Ryan is not the GOAT at the moment.
He's in the top 5 players, I think.
Nah, just
He's-
Eli Barnes.
I
Eli
think
Barnes.
he's one of the best halves, but I don't think he's in top 5 at the moment.
I think,
Oh.
what, is your top 5
Go
all
hard.
fullbacks?
Most of them are, yes. Yeah.
You're not
It-
well, you can play fullback, but you're a
No.
half these days.
I think
so.
I think what my top 5 is, I would not give it all fullbacks. I think what you got to do to be a
No.
top 5 player.
You got to spread it out.
I think what you got to be. This is my criteria for top 5 player. If you're a fullback, you gotta play like really, really good. Like literally, but I would say you'd have to run for you have to be incredible. Like 2 try, you have to have criteria for top 5 player. Probably having 7+ tries a season. Having about 250 plus run meters per game. And be doing lots in attack too. Like, you'd have to be really good to get. I don't think fullbacks can just always be at the top 5.
Well, top 5 can vary depending on position.
I think
if it's a
though.
forward.
I think what my criteria is top 5 for every position top 5 for the whole league is like how I do it is, so if your player's doing well for your position, you're going to be high. So like fullbacks, you need to full because as I said earlier, fullbacks do really well.
But so you're going to put a centre in your top 5?
No, that's not true.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just because they're the best in their position doesn't mean.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying they're doing well for their position. It's that I may put them in my top. They may do better than like fullbacks who are just doing well because they're fullbacks. If that makes sense.
No, but look, the fullbacks that are in my top 5 are in my top 5 because they are the people that change the game for their team. It's not just. It's Sam Herben, obviously.
No.
Chance Bunce.
He's not even in my top 5 fullbacks. Sam Herben's not my top 5 fullback. He is not. He's 6.
Really? 10
line. He is 6 to me. He's not even in my top 5 fullbacks. I think he's below Kennedy, and he's below Iron.
Yeah, Brody Kennedy needs more, recognition, bro. Like,
I know,
he's pretty good.
He's a great fullback. But Sam Herben has equalised.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We might move on because that got a little bit out of hand. We're speaking about Liam, and now we're going to fullbacks. So,
yeah, we were speaking about me, and then somehow got to fullbacks.
All right.
This
next
is my
question.
This is my question.
Yeah, you can do this one.
Yep. This is from Jai Collins, the Rabbitohs captain from South Sydney. Where do you have the Bunnies in season 3 so far? I have them in top 4.
I think top 4 again. I'm gonna say I'm liking third for them. I think it'll be Eels and Rabbitohs will be second and third respectively. Don't know which one will be which, but yeah, I think they'll still be in the 4. They're probably not going to be as good because they're losing some big players, both teams. But yeah, I think they'll be in top 4. This one is from Tyrone Clay. It's a bit of an iffy question, but he's asking: is there going to be State of Origin in season 3? From what I've heard from Comish, I don't believe we're doing it because he likes to do one special event per season, and that's looking like it'll be the World Cup at the end of season 3. So that's what I've heard.
Who's the most humble bloke in the SRL?
Mine's Chaz Dingo.
No, I reckon. Chaz Dingo doesn't really up himself up. He doesn't really, do all that type of stuff. So I reckon him.
Yep. Okay, fair enough.
Butterfield.
We've lost Butters again.
Who would you name for your Australian and New South Wales side?
I can give you an Australian team. I actually made one the other day. If anyone wants to hear it, I'll go through it. I just set it up.
I'd name a New South Wales side. No.
Sure, I'll do my. I don't know. This is a bit of a rough team, but I made this the other day. So this is interesting for anyone that's eligible for Australia. So I've got fullback is Chaz Dingo. Now for the wings, I have Kane, Chapman, Kenny, and Joey Kelly. Centers was one of the harder ones for me to choose. I put Theo Scott with Cherry Evans. Now, I don't know what, Tom Mendonca could be in there, but we said he hasn't scored any tries. He's been a bit out of form this season.
Yeah.
Halves. Now, this has probably been the big talking point. I've got Jack O'Neill at 6 and Liam Ryan at 7. No James Thorne. At the props, I have Luke Short and Luke Malchus. Yep, Luke Malchus has got to be in that team based on his play overall. O'Hare will be the hooker, I think. Second rowers would be myself and Lachlan Martin. And the lock is Jordan Williams. Bench is kind of, I don't know about the bench, but 14, I got Bo Sadler. 15 is Brad Goodwin and his Manly teammate, Matt Harris, 16. And then 17, I got Rahul Kaval. That's my Australian team. I don't know, it will change, but
Yeah, no, that's all good. New South Wales side's a bit, hard to cook up, but I'll probably just say like a couple of positions. I'll probably put Chaz at fullback.
Yep.
Um,
Is Kane Chapman-Kenny eligible for New South
yeah,
Wales?
I'll probably put
Yeah.
put him on centres.
Yep.
And probably put Nathan Fisher. Yeah, I'll put him in wing. And I don't know anyone else who can represent like on the wing or anything.
Jack O'Neill halves, probably.
Jack O'Neill in like 6 or he 7. I don't know.
I don't know who'd be the other half. I'm
Yeah.
trying to think.
Who's for New South Wales? If I had to give
Probably-
halves for New South Wales, I have my Excel spreadsheet up. I would be able to tell you, but I don't.
I'll probably just slap in there.
Who isn't?
You represent Queensland, William.
Yeah, I'm not.
Will Kay? Is Will Kay New South Wales or is he a Queenslander?
He's Fijian. He can't.
Oh, GG.
He can't represent.
Yeah.
I
I don't know. It's kind of hard.
Yeah.
You gotta.
Well,
Look, it's not
the
that
hooker
sort of season.
position. The hooker position, guys. If I could actually represent New South Wales, which I did put down, but because I'm from another country, I can't play. I'd probably put myself in hooker.
Yep.
And that's it. I don't know anyone else.
Yeah, I think, in my opinion, and I've stated this before, I think there needs to be some sort of secondary game for the people who play the Pacific Islands and the Europe teams, because it's they only get one game max.
I feel like they should do what they're doing for Auckland and the rest of New Zealand.
Yeah.
They do Auckland versus the rest.
Yep.
The only problem with that is, like, I completely understand there's not a whole lot of players that can do that. You couldn't have separate whatchamacallits, have a Europe origin and a Pacific origin, because it wouldn't work. Not enough players.
I think they should
But
have to be involved somewhere else. They should be allowed to participate in an origin.
Yep.
Yeah, I think the Pacifics should be able to put forward whether they would want to represent a team in the New Zealand origin or the Australian origin.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
because it's just it kind of sucks at the moment. You don't get a whole lot of game time.
Yeah, well, I'd probably say that we should be able to like qualify. We would like if you're born in like some like other Pacific Island country, then you should be able to like represent maybe the rest in like that little origin game between New Zealand and the rest. We should be able to like go in there. But it's just really up to Comish. But I like that idea.
Yeah. Moving on. I'll let one of you lads do this one.
Which one is it?
The second one from Kane.
Which team do you hate the most? Someone else can do that.
Well, for me personally, it's Parramatta. Sorry, Tim, but it's just
Jesus, mate.
The Broncos. We played you 3 times and we couldn't beat you once. I don't know what it is. Just got a curse against you.
Really?
Yeah, twice in season 1 and then once this season. So for me, it's Para, but hopefully we can beat them when I go to Manly next season. So, yeah. What about you guys?
This hatred's only going to last for like a week, and it only started about a week ago. Manly for kicking Penrith out of the comp. Kicking them out of the top 4. Jesus Christ, happened 2 years in a row. Nothing against the Manly boys, like I'm joining them next year, but it's just something that really gets on my nerves,
Yeah.
I'd probably say my most hated team, and not to hate on anyone here. I'm not even going. It's not Manly, but it's the Rabbitohs.
Why do you hate us?
There are Now, I hate you for a dumb reason. And it's not really hatred. It's just that you guys are bloody good. You guys are just good. So I've got to hate yous. I mean, we won against you, so.
Yep. Alrighty. Our next question, also from Kane.
Had a
We
couple.
won't go too in depth to this, but how do you think each team will go on season 3?
Just say the first and the last, I reckon.
I think it'll be pretty similar in terms of the final ladder positions this season. I actually think if there's going to be a team that's going to struggle, now I could be wrong here, I think the Warriors could be in for a hard season.
Yeah.
Same with the Panthers. I think both of them, I don't know, they fell apart. They really dropped off in season 2. And then for the top, I still like Manly, Souths, and Para. I think they'll do well. And so will the Raiders. And then I think Broncos and Cowboys, I think will improve, but not necessarily make the top 8. Top 4.
This is what I think the Cowboys, and I said it earlier. They didn't sign a half. That was their biggest.
That's a lot.
That was their biggest weakness. They let go of K, the better half, and they kept Kowal. They haven't got better in that halves department, and I think they'll make them really struggle.
Yep.
I reckon last Cowboys, first Manly. It's a bold prediction.
I actually can see Broncos sneaking back into the top 4.
No.
Actually.
Nah, I see them down in the bottom again.
Yeah, I feel like they'll still finish bottom 2 or bottom 3.
I think it's the Broncos. I think they're going to improve.
They're a good side and all, but like
they've made the best signings out of the
They've
4
made
teams.
solid signings.
The bottom 4. So
They
I don't
made
know, they'll
solid signings, but I actually say the Cowboys have made better players, signed better players. They've actually got better
I
X
don't know.
factors.
The Cowboys haven't signed a half. The Broncos have at least. Well, Broncos need a hooker. Cowboys need a half. So
The Broncos need a half too.
they got Dixon and Raymond still, don't they?
I think
That
they're
should
gonna
be
play
fine.
plays though.
Yeah, I don't think they're all right. Although they could probably do with a new half. I don't know. But yeah, moving on. Next question. One of you guys want to do this one?
What is it? What's the
I'll
what's
do
the
it.
bloke FC of the SRL? Oh, sorry, Liam.
I'll do it.
I don't even really know what this means.
Sexiest.
Oh, sexiest team.
The Boy
Okay.
FC.
Oh, you got to say your own team, surely.
The Boyd FC. Let's go. The Boyd FC is one is is my Boyd FC would be Chaz Dingo.
Yeah.
Chaz Dingo.
He's
It's
very
just going to be the whole Rabbitohs team.
no.
Yep.
2, Kane Chapman Kenny.
Oh, he is a very sexy man.
3, who else? Jai Collins.
Alright.
He's pretty sexy. So 4, Robbie Elms. I'm pretty sure he's pretty.
This is getting pretty gay.
5, 5 will go with Joey Kelly.
Okay.
He looks so serious every time the camera turns to him. 6,
Which is completely different from what he is off the field.
Off the field, he's a bit of a
Larrikin.
monkey.
he lives in the Among Us world.
He's living in the Among Us world, as Charlie Butler said. He's
6,
in the Among Us world, guys.
6, Carl Lewis. 7, Sage McGilly. He's pretty.
Oh, just Nate. That's it. We don't need to know any more sexy people, bro.
That's it. That's it.
Props.
Just say Cameron Reynolds, bro. Just say
Cameron
Cameron
Reynolds
That's the
is
sexiest man.
Cameron Reynolds is the
And-
only player for Void FC now.
And Dwan Parker with his
Nah,
mighty
he's
mohawk.
ugly.
Oh, no, he's not ugly.
Yeah.
The mohawk, you get a lot of respect. having
Love
the
you, Juan.
mohawk.
If I say Eli Barnes with that receding hairline, maybe.
Yep. Or I reckon I'm pretty up there in my looks. So.
Okay.
Oh,
It's
this
just
is getting
pretty-
kind of gay.
pretty odd.
Tim
Anyway.
James, yeah, pretty good. Anyways, we'll move on. That's a bit of a
Joshua Butterfield's
question.
pretty sexy.
Who was the most underrated player for season 2?
Oh, I like Kyle Lewis.
Samuel
actually.
Lillard. No, Byron Boone actually.
Actually, yeah, someone from Man or Jesse Bennett. I think the trio have been really good for Manly and Lillard.
Byron Boone or Samuel Lillard.
Yep, all of them been pretty good.
Yeah, Byron Boone, obviously hooker. He has a lot of try assist. That's all the stats I know about him. But Samuel Lillard, he has a lot of run meters as well. He's a pretty big bopper, so he's pretty underrated. So is Byron Boone.
Who was the most overrated player for this season?
Cool, that's a tough one. I hate
Myself,
to say
I
it.
didn't think I thought I had big expectations. I did nothing, so maybe me.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but I think it's gonna have to be between you and James Thorne. I don't think he had a great season this season, and that's
Yeah.
coming from one of his.
I didn't think. I think especially of how I played in the nines. I scored 2 tries. I even got player of the nines, but I couldn't back it up. I had a terrible season. I should have. Yeah.
Like, it was a hard season for the Broncos. It's not. I think you were in a similar position as Kay is. Well, Kay was.
Yeah.
It-
I wouldn't call yourself underrated. I mean, overrated because you just didn't get the game time, but you did show something when you did. So, yeah.
Well, if we're still in like the start of the season, and we're all still talking about Will Kay, I'll probably put Will Kay up there. But it was only because he was spoken of way too much at the start of the season, and it sort of pressured him to be, and he didn't really show his like full potential. So if he was still like he was now, then that'd probably be him. But obviously he's shown himself.
That's the only reason why I would also put myself up there, because I know I was hyped. I was given a lot of hype for the season, and just wasn't able to really. And it's nothing against Nathan or any of the captains over at Panthers. They had better players in the positions already. But yeah, I just didn't get the game time.
I think that was the same for me. Good nines tournament, just couldn't back it up.
Yeah.
Okay, next question. This one is from Mark Iron, and he's asking who will win that great fullback spot on team of the season.
Juan Parker.
Tim James.
Corey Bell played a couple times.
No, this is Eli Barnes. This is easy. Eli
Barnes. I don't know.
Too good.
Mark Iron. I think people looking for that.
People
looking for that Mark Iron answer, buddy. But
no,
I think it's Eli Barnes.
It's Eli. Yep.
Eli.
It's all Eli.
Yep. Next question.
Easy question.
National Sports Loaded. It's all set and dag. Which player scares you the most? Same answer. Eli Barnes, I reckon.
Cameron Reynolds.
Eli Barnes. If I was up against Eli Barnes,
what are we talking about by scares? Intimidation or
Juan Parker?
No, we're not. No, I mean
like,
do we mean like scaring, but like do we mean like scary? Like yeah, I would say Cameron Reynolds. Big.
I'd say Pete Barretto.
Look, if
anyone with the mohawk, Juan Parker and Cameron Reynolds.
If you knew Juan Parker like I do, you would be scared of him.
Why?
Oh, he's a tough bugger.
Hey, let's just say there's a couple things. Okay, won't state them specifically, but they have something to do with soccer. He knows what I'm talking about.
Oh,
he's
listening too. So
I was pulling a bit of a junior pull on playing soccer, like while
he's
on a contract.
He's called the Shin Destroyer.
Oof.
He's a grub.
I love him though.
Pulling a bit of a junior pull, playing soccer, trying to hide his identity.
Yep.
Pretty much. Got a couple more.
Ash was asking who's most underrated. We've already done that one. I'll let you do this one. Butters from Lachlan.
Which team is the most overhyped team heading into next season? It's going to be Manly.
I think so too. I think
Probably
There's
Manly.
too much hype around all the new players.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, they're really expected to do well, which I think isn't something you can really put on it on a team with probably half. Is it coming up to half the squad who haven't played?
yeah,
With
something
each
like
other
that.
before? Yeah,
It's something around that. Yeah, I think them probably is pretty safe. Although Broncos have signed a lot of players, but then again, they finished pretty low. So yeah,
and final question: will I ever find love from
No,
Rahul, mate.
not even a question.
Let me
you will
let me
find
answer
love.
that
You'll
for
find love
Rahul.
Was
in the
it?
SRL. So there you
Rahul,
go.
you'll find it one day, mate.
Yeah, it'll come. It'll come.
You
One day
will
they
come.
will.
We love you.
We love you, Rahul. If you're ever looking for someone like like a man,
Oh,
I'm not even gonna start, bro.
yeah. I reckon that's enough.
We've been going for an hour and 40, so
Jesus
let's
Christ,
call it
that's a
there.
monster of an ep.
It's been a good episode though. We talked about a lot.
Yeah. Oh, Liam, aren't you glad that you no longer have to upload these?
yeah.
Yep.
Be
It's
great.
a lot
wouldn't it?
easier. All right. Well, it's grand final week, so I hope everyone enjoys the grand final.
Yeah.
Big thanks to Comish for another season
Yeah.
nearly done, and
Yeah, good work.
Thanks, Comish, bro. Thanks.
Cheers, Comish.
Thanks, Comish.
Thanks for this great competition.
It's common.
Yep. All right. Cool. Well,
Thanks,
I'll see you
everyone.
next week. We got an awards show, so
Yep.
okay. Cool.
See